Hello and welcome to today's episode 12 of Unique Vibrations Midday Show. I'm Donna Ferguson, your host and producer of the Midday Show. Today we're going to talk about sense of balance, and the topic is quite interesting. I think you'll find it quite intriguing, and I've got some really great tips to offer you today. The question I have for you today would be, did you know that your sense of balance really has a lot to do with what you're listening to? So what I mean by that is it the noise or the voice? And if it's the voice, do you know which voice that you're supposed to be hearing, and identifying how to control that? Also, do you have clarity in your life and your business? Because whatever happens in your life overflows into your business. Today, I really want to thank you all very much for joining me. And wherever you are in the world, please let me know. Make some comments in the box below so that I know where you come from. I'd be really interested to hear any comments along the way. Give me a heart or a thumbs up. I would love to hear from you. And also, just any comment that or question that you might have along the way would be great. So thank you so much for joining me. So, sense of balance. What are the things that you're listening to in your life? Is it the noise or the voice? If we're going to start with the noise, I guarantee that if you're listening to noise, then you are creating a lot of self-sabotage in your life. And, that'll be a broad spectrum of sabotage right across your life. So that's a really interesting thing. And I can hear a few minds going, hey, that sounds a little bit like me. Anything like that. Whether it's you're trying to do weight control or whether you're trying to progress through into another level in your business, there's something that's holding you back. So that's really interesting. And, it does actually, if you're not listening to the right thing, then very much so you are creating a lot of sabotage in your life. So this is really, really easily rectified. I can tell you, if you know the tips and techniques on how to do that, then you can fix it just like that, and instantaneously getting those voices or that noise out of your head immediately. How would you like to know how to do that? So all your experiences throughout your life have come from an emotional attachment. If you're 5 years old and you accidentally burn your hands on the stove or the oven door and you have an emotion that's attached to that, it just keeps on building on top of that emotion. Every time anything happens and you feel the same way, then your emotion is being topped up each time. Very interesting fact, but it does happen. And it makes it really interesting to know that these things affect what you hear later on in life. If you think, about all the experiences that you've had, falling over, hurting your knees, whatever it is, it all relates. Or alternatively, if you've had a really great feeling because you've won something, or you've come first, or you've been a leader and created something fantastic, whatever that is, that feeling and emotion will stay and keep building on that as well. So the more positive emotions that you feel along the way, the much more less sabotage that you're going to have in your life. So interesting point, and I really wanted to share that with you wonderful people today. In the coming years, as things occur, then your subconscious mind, because everything builds into your subconsciousness, everything is energy, and everything will build on your subconscious mind of feelings and emotions. And so, when similar things happen and take place, then your experience will relate straight away back to that original emotion that you had. And, the experience reveal that, which then comes back to you later in life with the voice or the noise. If you take a step back on this though and just reflect on something that might have occurred, and I'm talking about the negative ones are the ones that can possibly become, or actually I won't say possibly, they definitely will become your limitation. They'll become your block, they'll become your self-sabotage, and they'll also become your procrastination. Does that make sense? So, they're all points that I want to put across today, that your sense of balance is very much about your subconsciousness and what it thinks and feels emotionally when things happen. If these emotions and feelings from the experiences that you've had growing up are not addressed, if you don't deal with them consciously, then your sense of balance on a conscious level then becomes a bit of a noise, a bit of a racket in your head, a few things going on, don't understand what you are coming from, don't understand why things happen, don't have an understanding of how you became to be in the place that you're in today and how to avoid that from happening in the future. It's really important to know that you can change direction from this moment through to the rest of your life. It doesn't matter. There is no age limit. You could be 85 and change the direction of your life if you want to. And if you're conscious about how to understand how your sense of balance works. So, it's again, is quite a simple process if you know how. If you have the techniques, and in most cases, it is an easy and effortless process to remove the emotional experience from your life without losing your journey. This is your story. This is what brought you to this point today. And I get very passionate when I talk about this because for me, every action that I've taken in my life has brought me to this point today. Every action, every step that I've taken, every hurt, pain, emotional attachment that I've had has brought me to this point. Every positive reflection, every piece of healing work that I've done on myself or with myself, consciously and subconsciously, has brought me to this point today to speak to you. So bear that in mind. It doesn't really matter what your story is. You can make it different by choosing what and how you go about the next lot of actions that you take. Sometimes you may need somebody to facilitate this work for you, and that's fine. Sometimes we're just too far in it to be able to really push through and remove those limitations, or we don't know what we're looking for. So it's easy for somebody to process that for you. It's, as I said, being too much in the story can really create a block in recognizing, in fact, what is holding you back. So your story is your drive and your motivation for you to take your life to a whole nother level. Or you can sit back and, be a bit of a victim and let your story dictate and define who you are and continue to live in it as it destroys your soul. Now, it really does destroy your soul if you don't work and remove it. Honor your truth. Always honor your truth in your sense of balance and create more balance in your life. It's really important that you take time out for yourself, that you recharge your batteries, that you stop your guilt trip and start recognizing that there's a difference between doing something just because you want it and doing something because your body is talking to you, and before it starts screaming at you, you really want to take that time, take that moment, or you're going to find that illness will set in. All these things are affected by your emotional drain. So I hope that message is quite clear. If you need any information on this, please ask the questions. I'm more than happy to come in and answer those questions anytime that you want. Just in the box below would be fantastic. And just remember, if you want to move forward in your life and you trust that your true passion will take you to that place that you thought was impossible, then just think about that word in itself. Impossible is actually I'm possible. So anything that you wish for, anything that you dream of, anything that you are really driven by will happen if you take the steps and understand and recognize how to remove those blocks. And, you know, I know there was a time I wouldn't have been sitting here doing this TV show every week because I didn't have the courage to sit here in front of a camera, put myself out there. It's not about me. It's about my message. It's about how I can pass on really great information to you because you're worth it. You deserve it. And I would only feel selfish holding on to this information because I know it works. You know, I've done this work. I know it works. And I wouldn't be sharing it if I didn't think that it would work for you too. So, you know, when life gets a little bit challenged, believe in your journey, and believe that if you travel through your life with a more conscious outlook, as opposed to being subconsciously going through life oblivious to everything, then it is always possible that you will have a true sense of balance in your life. So ask yourself, what is it that you truly want from your life? What are you really passionate about? What, you know, is it something that you're doing as a hobby at the moment? Is it something that you're thinking about doing or bringing into your business? Is it something that, you know, you're not sure about? Let me tell you that there is always a way to create more. And if you believe you are possible and your life is possible to move forward and create more in your life, then you will live your life in your sense of balance, 100% truly and authentically you. I always say, you know, my perfect statement of effect that I share with people is never ever lower your value to be friends or to gain business from somebody. The reason I say that is that these people often will not have the courage to support you and will show up only when they want something in return. And that's really sad that people think that, you know, I'll just discount my rate for this, or, you know, I'll just, you know, it doesn't matter that they're not on the same page. I can, you know, work with that. Unfortunately, those people are not the people that should be in your business. And, you know, hello, Lynn, how are you? So, you know, it's really unfortunate that those people don't support you, and therefore, you know, at the end of the day, you've probably wasted a lot of time, money, and energy by trying to work with somebody who's not your true client. Now, I know Lynn's sitting here at the moment, and I know she is perfect for sharing her information about working with the right people, doing and creating something that is really encouraging people to go out there and find their true passion. And that's what, you know, I'm doing. I want you to find your passion. I don't want you to devalue yourself to do that. So that's a huge message in itself. Hello, gorgeous. So, what you really want from your life, if it's a hobby, then look at how you can create more from that. Because if you're passionate about it, if you have this drive and you can't wait to go and do it, then it's very likely this is your true purpose in life, and you can create a monetary value from that because you are valued with the way that you do that. And, don't forget that. It's really important. You are worth it, and you are here to create whatever you were put on this earth for. It's a really strong message. And, all that energy that you create within yourself goes out to others during that journey while you're doing those things for your hobby or recreational purposes. And I'm sure you're teaching others a lot of information and sharing a lot of stuff with them that you can create more for you. And that is really worth thinking about. So unlock the keys to your success with one step at a time. I'm more than happy to help you along that journey and help you do this with a simple complimentary Zoom session where we can chat and find out where that goes. I will put the details of that into the comments below. If you wanted to have a chat to me, you can contact me on my website, and I will just put that information in the comments. I think I have it here. Where's my comments gone? Ooh, I can't get, there we go. So I think that is all. No, I'm going to have, I'll actually pop that in later because that is going to take a little bit of time to get that sorted. So, but also the techniques to use so that you can actually remove that self-sabotage and those blockages that you might have. It's really, really important to understand how that all affects, from your experience, those effects come in and cause those issues and those challenges for you. So I'm really happy to have a chat to you about that as well. We can set up a time and spend some time together to work out how we can remove those for you and give you the key techniques that you can implement straight away into your life and start to create a whole lot more and start living an extraordinary life. Speaking of an extraordinary life, I definitely have a masterclass coming up on the 6th of September, which is here. And there we go. I'm just putting it across the screen now, and I will also pop that in the comments later on as well. There is a link to that which you can join. It is approximately 45 minutes. I will share a lot of information with you on that as well. It will give you some stuff to really create more in your life and understand a whole lot more about how to move forward and understand a little bit more about your life's journey and why things occur. So I'm really excited that we've got an opportunity to talk further, and I look forward to that. Lynn, I'm so grateful that you have stayed up to listen to me today. God bless you. May you go and have a good night's sleep, my love. Lovely to have you here. I really, that's really cool. So I look forward to your next show as well, my dear. I'm really excited about where you're going, and I love the interview with Melissa. So thanks, everybody, for joining me today. I really am excited about looking forward to work with you in the future. And please just let me know if you've got any questions. I'm more than happy to answer those for you. And, I'll leave you with this really important message as well, which is a key indication as to sometimes why things get challenging. Keep your life simple. Work to a plan. Stay focused and visualize your purpose and take the action steps to make it happen. Most of all, listen to that right voice. And we will share more on that in future episodes. Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you all. I really appreciate it. And go out there and stop being ordinary and start living your extraordinary life. Bless. Thank you.